everybody. Happy January 31st and happy channel anniversary to my YouTube channel. Yay! Hello. Welcome back. If you've found yourself here a couple of times because I might have sent you the link and you like what you see, consider liking and subscribing. So, I'm not trying to go viral or nothing like that. I don't want that much attention. However, I do think I want to build a little community here on my channel. I'm putting so much energy and effort into editing and outputting these videos. I just think it would be nice to have the feedback and the communication in my comment section. So this year, 2025, on the 1-year anniversary of my channel, I am shooting to get a little bit of traction. I don't know. We're going to see how this plays out. It's not a top priority of mine this year. I got a lot on my mind for 2025. But I was like, you know what? If this kind of happens in the background, I'm going to go for it. That being said, strap in. The video that you're about to see, I recorded about a week ago, and it is a state of the channel, state of the union, if you will. And I'm just kind of discussing where I've been, kind of the context behind me being MIA and not posting, and my hopes going forward and being a bit more consistent with this channel and with this hobby 2025, because I am sick of being kind of trapped in the past at this point in trying to push out past content. So if all things go to plan, God, I pray that they go to plan, because I'm just ready to shed this. My channel should be getting a video every day in the month of February. February 1st, another one. The 2nd, another one. The 3rd, another one. And on and on and on we go until I run out of content. Until I run out of content. If you have this link, then you have heard me talk about my Bali trip in some form of context. If you are new to my channel, welcome. But more than likely, the people watching this video, that was rude. That's very rude. More than likely, the people watching this channel have already heard even just pieces of my Bali trip. And I feel like if you're watching this video, you have been waiting patiently for me to actually drop my Bali videos. And so we're about to shed them. I've been in the midst of a major editing sprint. It's been my entire personality, editing, sleep, work. It's all I really have had time for. And the intention is to just consecutively drop all of my Bali content. This was supposed to be sprinkled out in a reasonable time frame, but alas, it's February and I came back from Bali in August. So let's drop all the content. It's going to be a mixture of Living Single Diaries, which is my long form content, and my Marco Polos, which is my shorter form content. Even though some of those shorter form videos run into the 30-minute territory. But nevertheless, watch what interests you. And if it interests you, drop a like. If you had to take a recommendation, watch the Living Single Diaries, because that's the juicy stuff. That is the comprehensive overview. If you want the nitty-gritty details of just my trip and how things kind of panned out, check out my Marco Polos. And then after we push all of my Bali content out, we'll drop the New Year's vlog, and then we'll be present enough. And I do suspect that this is probably going to carry me through the entirety of February. Does that mean I have 28 videos to drop? No, not necessarily. But I do think I might have upwards to 16, 17, I don't know, 19, 20. I don't really know. At this point, I've just broken off the constraints and I've just begun to make videos as they flow. And I've just resigned myself to I'm just going to have an abundance of videos. This was my 30th birthday trip. This content is very important to me. And if not just for my own record, I wanted to publish every bit of content that I captured while I was on the other side of the world. And so, on that note, that is the perfect note to roll into the crux of this video. Happy anniversary, Living Single Diaries. It's been a wonderful year. Look how far we've come, and I cannot wait for the next 365 days. And if you can't wait either, consider liking and subscribing to my channel. See, look, I can get used to this. I think. Marco. Long time. No. See? It's nice to see you. Vlog. Is that you? Goddess Isis YouTube channel. Is that you, sis? Girl. The way we need to catch up. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. Nice to see you. It is Tuesday, January 21st. It's nighttime. I don't know. It's like 9 p.m. We are in the midst of the second January snowstorm in less than a week. The world is falling apart. But I digress. We're in the middle of the second snowstorm. I'm home. I'm up. I should probably be editing. But I don't have the mental capacity, mental flexibility to sit down and really commit to editing right now. And I thought, girl, let's do a Marco Polo. Marco Polo journal entry. Like, take it back. Old school. My Marco Polos, my shorter form content, I like to break them up into segments depending on what the subject matter is about. And when I first started doing Marco Polos, I would do Marco Polo journal entries. And it's really just us having a less chat. Like, let's have a journal entry, let's catch up, let's talk about some things. I think the last time I did, like, a proper journal entry, it was, like, April, maybe. I'm going to add this to the Marco Polo journal series, so check out the playlist if you'd like. But yeah, I just used to pull out the camera. I used to pull out my phone. I didn't even have a camera back then. I used to pull out my phone and just talk to my phone and check in. I'm feeling like that is exactly what's needed right now in this moment. And so let's have a less chat, and let's chat about the status of this channel and kind of what's going on with my uploading and why I've been MIA. So I put up my YouTube page and I pulled up some dates because let's talk time frames here. So it's Tuesday, January 21st. The last Living Single Diaries entry that I posted, that's my longer form content, you know, my full-on vlogs that tend to be about an hour long. The last Living Single Diaries that was posted was October 21st. And that was the countdown to Bali, my pre-birthday shenanigans. 90 days ago, to the day, what poetry, I was posting content about the end of July. Because I caught my flight to Bali August 3rd. And that vlog ended like 2 days before I caught my flight. Like, I am right there at the cusp of taking off and going to the other side of the world. Now, in the past 90 days, I've posted Marco Polos, which are my shorter form content. And those Marco Polos have been a book tag, which I need to do my Q4 book tag from last year. Okay. My villa tours from whenever I was in Bali, and a few of my Bali diaries. But that's kind of misleading because the Bali diary entries that are posted to my channel right now, similar to my Living Single Diaries entry, is pre-birthday shenanigans. Stuff that happened in July. Stuff that didn't actually happen, on the other side of the world. My channel right now is an archive from when I first started my vlog, January 31st, 2024. That's when I posted my first video, January 31st. I'm 10 days away from my channel anniversary. Like, I don't know, it's just very interesting. I chose to pull out my camera tonight and talk to the camera. My channel right now is simply an archive from January 31st to, like, let's say July 31st. That's it. Where I've been the past 7 months. Because I ain't been on YouTube. Just hang out with me for a moment. Because we're about to chat. We're about to chat. And before we talk about the present, I want to, like, back it up. I've met a lot of people between this time last year and now. I know I have people just kind of trickle in and out my channel. What's up, aunties? Hey, mama. I love y'all. They're my consistents. But outside of them, you know, I send my vlog out to friends. And you guys kind of tap in here and there. And so I'm kind of aware that people just kind of have pieces of my channel because no one's really, like, watching the entirety of my content, which is fine. So I want to take it back. And just in case this is the first time you hearing this, I want to talk about how I got to the point of vlogging and posting my life on YouTube. So to talk about how this channel came about, we actually have to rewind just a little bit further to December 2023. So it's December 2023, and I have just left a friend's 30th birthday party, and it was a blast. I helped her plan it. I was there kind of like facilitating, you know, making sure everything ran smoothly. It was a whole event, and it was a good time, and she had a wonderful 30th birthday, and I was very happy for her. And it had to be like a couple of days after her birthday had wrapped. It's December. And I'm all like, so you're about to turn 30. What about your 30th birthday? What are you going to do? Follow me here because it's all connected. Almost immediately, like the first intrusive thought that came through, you could go to Bali. Ha 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 ha. That's cute. That's funny. And I kind of moved on. But then I was like, wait a minute. Pause. Rewind for a moment. You could go to Bali. You have always wanted to go to Bali. It's your 30th birthday. Why are you laughing your desires off, Isis? Well, since you asked, I'm laughing it off because that's impossible. It's like a miracle to get to the other side of the world for my birthday. And the way I paused at that train of thought, just like that entire train of thought from the inception of me laughing off my desire of wanting to go to Bali. And I was all like, you know what? On principle, in defiance, I'm going to Bali for my 30th birthday. That's it. When I tell you, it took me about 10 minutes of thought to decide what my 30th birthday was going to look like. I had a moment. I was in my home a couple of days after celebrating a friend's 30th birthday. Isis, what are you going to do? And it took me about 10 minutes to come to the conclusion that I was going to go to Bali. And I was 1,000% certain in it. And I knew I would not be wavered. On the simple principle of you are going to make the impossible happen. Because in reality, it's really not that impossible. You need to do some planning, but make it happen. And did. And did. Stay tuned. You might actually see the footage of it if I ever post it. So now, it's January. I'm planning for the trip already. I'm pricing out flights. I'm searching around for the perfect villa. CC my villa tours. I stayed in 2 different villas. The villa tours are posted. At least something's posted. And I'm looking around for the perfect villa. And I'm thinking, another intrusive thought. I don't know how we got to this intrusive thought. I just know that this was the intrusive thought. Somehow I got to the point of thinking, what are you going to do? Go to the other side of the world and record the whole damn thing? Ha 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 ha. And then my thought process kind of trailed on. But once again, like less than a month later, I find myself doing the same thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Pause. Rewind. Isis. Babes. Babes, why are you always laughing off your desires? We can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this. If you want something, you need to acknowledge that want. Now, maybe it is a desire that needs to be postponed. Maybe it is a desire that's not truly for you because God says so. Maybe it's a desire that needs time to execute. You know, all these maybes, right? Or maybe you should just do it. If it's gonna make you happy, maybe you should just do it. And so the next kind of thought train after that was, okay, well, you could go to the other side of the world and record the whole damn thing. But then what? You're just gonna have all this footage on your phone? For what? You already have a bunch of footage on your phone from every other vacation that you've taken. What have you done with it besides let it sit on your phone? You could vlog. Are you seeing how we got here? Are you seeing how we got here? And it was just such, I don't know, like just true flowing of thoughts and not really thinking of the long-term repercussions of what that meant, the labor involved in editing, not thinking about the process even of vlogging. I had never vlogged before in my life. I knew nothing about editing. I knew nothing about this life except I watched people vlog on YouTube. And kind of off the backs of, if they can do it, you can do it. So, okay. We're planning a trip to Bali. We're excited. We're going to go to the other side of the world and we're going to record the whole damn thing. And then you're going to vlog it. And then I was like, okay, so when you get back home, what are you going to do? This is where a lot of ideas kind of converge. And this is how we get to the point of me posting my first video January 31st of last year. It's a couple of things. So the main factor, and I wanted to like make this clear because it has a lot to do with where we are now as far as the state of my channel. But also I'm thinking about the new year. It's January 2024, you know, resolutions. What do you want your new year to look like? And, you know, what are some areas in which you can look inward? I'm approaching this big milestone in life, and while I have a bad habit of laughing off my desires, I also have a bad habit of procrastinating, and I'm still working on that one if we want to be technical. But in this particular context, procrastinating on my desires. So would I laugh off my desires all the time? Yeah. But then now that I'm in this state of like basically forcing myself to acknowledge those desires, now what? You're going to procrastinate on them? And so I was like, okay, so if you're going to vlog Bali, why not vlog the rest of your life too? Another factor involved in this decision, I've never been a big journaler. Pen to paper, writing down, not my thing. I was never the kid, you know, in her bedroom at night with a nightlight writing in her diary. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. That being said, I've always leaned more towards talk therapy, particularly with my friends. And I had a friend suggest to me a couple of years ago, actually, procrastination, that I should do an audio journal, you know. So I may not, you know, do well with the whole pen to paper thing, but why not do an audio journal? So I'm kind of thinking about that years long suggestion. And I reached a point, and all of these things converge and explode into the decision to start vlogging now. Your life is worthy of recording now. You're 29. You're planning for this grand 30th birthday trip. You're about to enter this new chapter. You're about to enter a whole new decade. You have no diaries from when you were a kid. You have no journals documenting your 20s. I can tell you what happened in my 20s. You might not believe me because it sounds like a soap opera, as our lives tend to sound, but I have no tangible proof of it, just my memories. And that's kind of unfortunate. And I want more than that. 5, 7, 10 years from now, I want to vlog the experience of my 30s. And this is how we got here. This is how we got here. So if you don't know, now you know. Okay. So kind of overnight, I decided I'm a vlogger now. Hi. Little did I know, I was signing myself up for a hobby. For a hobby that I honestly love. There's so many different aspects and moments of the process that I really do cherish. And then having that final product of the video memorialized forever for my record brings an even greater satisfaction. No matter the fact I had zero experience editing a video, you know. I didn't even know what software to use. I picked up my phone. I got like a $40 phone rig kit off Amazon. I started recording. I ultimately decided to use Adobe Premiere Pro, which I know some people say that platform is really complicated, which I agree it is. And it definitely has a steep learning curve. However, as a super novice editor, I feel like Premiere Pro picks up the slack of kind of my lack of editing skills. It really carries the completion of an edited video for me. So I think it's worth it despite the editing curve. And I've learned so much within the past year. So I gotta acknowledge that part of it. But also, I have so much more to learn about editing. And also, I'm really slow. Like, it's all the things I need to learn about editing. But on top of it, I am slow. Like, somebody who be out here editing videos or at least knows half of what I know can probably go 3, 4, 5 times as quick as what I do. I know I move slow, thus making the editing part of the vlogging process a very time consuming and mentally like taxing part of the process. And let's talk about it, okay? I'm not out here getting views. The algorithm's not pushing me. I'm not monetized. I'm not seeking to be monetized, but taking the monetization out of it, I'm not even getting views like that. I'm gonna post this video and I'm probably gonna get like 7, maybe 11 views. And some views, I'm like super surprised and I get like 25, right? Some of my more popular living single vlogs have hit like 50-ish. A few, like 3, a few or something like that. So like, no one's really watching this. A lot of time and effort goes into what this channel has become. A lot of time, because I'm slow, and it takes me forever to get this shit done, has gone into making this channel what it is. And that's fine, because the baseline motivation of starting this channel is for me. This is my video journal that just so happens to be public. That's okay. But, and also, that's a lot of time for no reward. No immediate reward, I guess you should phrase. And life just kind of happens, you know? There are other things happening in my life besides vlogging and editing, other responsibilities, other obligations that I have to keep up with, let alone with just kind of keeping up with the state of my mental health. So, all of that being said, between January and leaving for Bali, I always had a grip on my channel. I always had a grip on the content that I wanted to put out. You know, I had these creative ideas. I recorded what I needed. I edited how I knew how. And I posted completed content that I am proud of. You know, like, I can see my growth over the past year as far as my editing. I can see where I still need to grow. I really desire for my videos to be just a bit more like engaging and dynamic, you know, but stuff I have to learn. And even when or if I would get like a bit behind in content, I could always just do an editing sprint, catch up, and get what I needed done. Then I left to go to the other side of the world. And I recorded the whole damn thing. Yes, I did. Okay. And I am overflowing with creative ideas of how I want to memorialize this milestone in my life. And since I've come back from Bali, specifically in regards to my channel, I have been behind the starting line. I have been behind the curveball. I have been, to an extent, overwhelmed with how much content I need to like surf through, edit, and condense and present as a final project. The time commitment of it all, let's just say it doesn't necessarily have me motivated to go and get it done. It's not as simple as just doing an editing sprint and catching up and getting what I need done, because I have so much Bali content and no one's forcing me to put all this content out. Like, honestly, I can move on and start posting about life that's happening now in 2025. However, the whole point of this channel, the entire inception, birth, idea, concept of this channel came from going to the other side of the world and recording my experience. I record stuff all the time that never see the light of day. I have creative ideas all the time that never come to fruition because it's only so much that you can do, and it's only so much that goes out. And, you know, if it misses the mark and it doesn't meet the deadline and it becomes outdated, then it wasn't meant to be memorialized on my channel anyway. That's what, like, logical people think, right? But when it comes to this Bali trip, ain't nothing logical about this. I got hella content and I'm gonna post it all. I wish I didn't care and I just posted just video after video after video unedited, but then it'd just be ridiculous. That's unnecessary. It doesn't tell a proper narrative. It doesn't tell a proper story. That defeats the purpose. So since I am putting this pressure on myself to edit this content, my channel hasn't really seen me since January. And let's talk about it. Like, September was a interesting mental health month. I really had to like recalibrate. Bali did a number on me in a good way, in a very positive way, but it left me really reassessing myself. And I was having a very like introverted, inward, personal, private moment in September. And the vlog was the least of my concern. And like, I was super busy at work and I was tired, and my trip back, you'll see in my vlog when I get around to posting it, my trip home from Bali was a nightmare. I got stuck in Qatar. I was traveling for like 96 hours or something like that. I don't know, it was a long ass time. It was a lot coming back from Bali. And then in October, I got a second job and I was working night shift. And so when we talk about that time input of vlogging, I wasn't inputting that time. And I pushed out a couple of things, like my pre-birthday celebrations and, my villa tours and a book tag from Q3. But I just have this backlog of Bali content. Now I have a video plan. Don't worry about it. I have a video plan. Let's wrap this video up. Or let's get to the third part of this video. Unofficial table of contents of this video. Where we started, how we got here, my vlogging and editing journey / catch up, and part 3 is what now. I have started editing Bali content. I didn't really start working on content and getting back into editing until about mid-December. And I haven't really been consistent with it either because I'm very out of practice with, editing being part of my routine. So I do have like some Bali content put together, but at this point I kind of just want to finish it all so that I can go on a mass posting spree. So that's what you should expect. Like, when these videos are done, I'm going to be dropping a video a day. Video a day, video a day, video a day, video a day, video a day. Watch them all if you please. And if you don't. I just know I want to push them all out because I can't keep sitting on them. And it is multiple videos. It's the only way that I can edit all that content down and tell the story that I want to tell. Remember, I'm doing this for me. And when I look back on my 30th birthday adventure, I want to see it all. And so if multiple videos is what it takes to get the job done, then multiple videos is what it takes to get the job done. And it's going to be what it's going to be. That being said, I really need to hunker down and have more than a few editing sessions to get these videos done. This, again, is a personal obsession. No one is putting these rules and constraints on me but me. But it feels really weird to me to post content not in chronological order, because the point of my video diary is to be a chronological archive of my 30s. If I start posting shit out of order, it just get weird and like not accurate and chaotic, and I know, and it would bother me. Like, don't get me wrong, a video or two have been posted out of order before in life because that's what happens, but I just think it would be weird to post my New Year's video, which is half done. I have made more progress on my New Year's video. Just to kind of cycle back and start posting Bali content. Even this video is a little odd because it's going to be wildly out of order. I just kind of want to drop this precursor in as like a current status check, a current temperature check on what's going on my channel. I just feel like I need to get this out. I need to get this out for myself. I don't really need to get this out for you. If you're listening, thanks for hanging out, because I don't really need to get this out to you for you. This is for me. And hopefully on the 31st, I can start dropping daily my Bali content. And after I drop all my Bali videos, I can drop my New Year's Eve video, which is so out of date. I'm not going to go into just the whole structure. That New Year's Eve video is a New Year's Eve video. I recorded the majority of it for New Year's. However, it's kind of also a catch-up of everything that happened between September and December, because I haven't been posting. And life really slowed down for me Q4. I was mostly working, sleeping, eating, working, sleeping, eating. So it wasn't much to tell, but the bit that I did have to update you guys on, you'll get that in my New Year's video. And once I drop my New Year's video, like, I can just be current in life. It's 2025, and I'm kind of feeling stifled and stuck. And I was okay. September, October, November, December. Nothing was being posted. I kept thinking about how much I needed to edit. We're getting further and further out from me returning from my trip from Bali, and I haven't posted anything. All those things are true, but that's fine. Like, I told you, my New Year's Eve video is kind of a roll up on what you guys missed. The bit that you guys did miss, I was able to sum it up in one video. So we straight, right? But now life is happening, okay? Like New Year's Eve kicked off and I don't understand why I'm so damn popular. Popular. You're gonna be popular. I watched Wicked last week. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I loved it. I knew nothing about it going into it. Now all the songs are perpetually stuck in my head on rotation. Great. And that was a good time. But yes, outside of Ariana Grande singing, I'm like truly like busy and life is happening. And even now I'm like recording content and I want to be more current in my vlog. Yeah. Stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. My favorite thing to say. Stay tuned and, you know, hopefully I can hold myself to this deadline and get this Bali content pushed so that I can live in the present. I have so many things I want to do in Premiere to edit my videos. I mentioned wanting to make my videos like more dynamic and more engaging and learning more editing tricks, and just in general I need to be a faster editor. But I am slowing myself down even further, getting caught up on like these tiny details. I wasted like hours trying to figure out how to get this transitions pack to load into Adobe Premiere Pro. Spoiler alert, that transitions pack still isn't properly loaded into Premiere Pro. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I can't get caught up on trying to get, like, if I got the transitions pack uploaded into Premiere Pro, I can make my transitions more fancy than just the crossfade that I usually do, or maybe like the box spiral that I might throw in. I kind of want to switch up how I do my intros, but I need to stick to what I know and just not get caught up on the ways that I want to, yes, grow and improve my channel, and focus more so on pushing content so that I can just get it from under my belt. I want my Bali vlogs to be a bit fancier, I guess, a bit flashier than what they're ultimately going to be. And also, I've kind of fallen into this trap, especially with my Living Single diaries. Essentially them being extended music videos. Because I don't talk to the camera as often. I'm very much just kind of bringing the camera along with me and documenting my life. And that's not always the most exciting, you know? Like, I get it, but like, I'm not out here being some flashy content creator. I'm documenting my life. And I don't think I necessarily need to change entirely the way I vlog. I just need to adjust how I tell my stories, you know? And I think I've been kind of caught up playing with ideas and how I can do something more than just a music video, a clip show music video, which is what I tend to do. But again, these are ways that my channel can grow in 2025 as I continue on this vlogging hobby of mine. And as far as my Bali content goes, I can just stick to what I know because I'm wasting so much time. I take that back. I'm not wasting it. It's just, as much time as I put into editing, I'm putting into learning how to edit. This is such a time-consuming hobby. I did not think about this when I chose this as a hobby. I was just like, yeah, that sounds cute. Couldn't have chose a less time-consuming hobby. But I really do love it. There's so many things outside of the editing process that I adore. I don't know. Maybe one day I will have the extendable income. Because I don't even want to call it disposable. Because an editor is not disposable. So one day I may have the extendable income to hire an editor. And I will be unstoppable. Like, I'm not above it. Like, I get why people hire editors. But in the in-between meantime, it is me, myself, and I. And it's been real. Thanks for hanging out. For those of you who do watch my videos, I really do appreciate you. And what's my favorite thing to say? Stay tuned. Stay tuned for 2025, because 2025 about to be lit. 2025 is already lit. Like, every other day I got something to do. And I want to tell my story. Polo.